Welcome to Hoop Talk Fanatics, episode number 24. I am here with my good friend Marcellus Murdock, and he's on here today to talk about what the Knicks did last night in the 2022 NBA draft and some other questions surrounding the league all throughout the night last night. And welcome on.
I'm glad to be here, Alex, for sure.
So my first question is, what were your overall thoughts on the next draft results?
So, man, these Knicks, man, you can't make it up. So instead of, it was actually a wild night. Instead of just, drafting Ivy like I thought we were going to do, the original plan was I thought we were just going to trade up for Ivy and get him, and then all of a sudden we take I think they took Usman Dieng, and then they traded him to the Thunder. So pretty much all we got out of the night was multiple first round picks. So off the bat, off this, you can tell the direction that Leon wants to go. Instead of building through the draft, he'd rather build through free agency. I actually just read an article that's saying that the Knicks plan on offering Jalen Brunson a 4-year, $100 million contract. So, that'll be interesting. It sounds like they really want Jalen Brunson for some reason. He's good, but, is he really worth that contract, though? It's the only thing. We saw what he did in the playoffs. He's obviously playing with Luka. So, you can't really go off that. But the only question is, do you think he can handle running the offense? That'll be interesting to see. We haven't had a good point guard in a while, as you could tell. So, I don't blame them for, opting out to go this route. But I just felt like we could have got someone decent still at the pick that we had, but obviously they didn't see anything that they liked outside of the lottery. So as a fan, you're gonna be disappointed, but what can you do, right? You gotta go with whatever they think is best for the team. If they feel like that's the best move for the team, which it could be, because some of those picks aren't actually that bad, the ones that we got. We did get Trevor Keels too. So we got him in round 2. I don't think that's a horrible pick. I think that's a safe pick. Because he's a 3-and-D type of guy. I watched his highlights. He's not that bad, but pretty much I just didn't understand how we gave up Jalen Durant. We gave up a future first rounder per se, and then we put Kemba Walker. We pretty much packaged them just to give them away and help the Pistons out even more. Like, I don't understand that. But, we got 3 first-round picks in 2023, and they really think that draft is going to be even better. So, I don't really hate it. It's not like we're going to win a championship anytime soon. So, once you really, break that down and think about it, it kind of makes sense. So, I'm not really mad with the draft. If they felt like there was nobody good there, they felt like there was nobody good there. You can't really, you can't hate on that as a fan.
So, if you were in charge of the Knicks front office, what changes would you make, and what would you fix from last night, put in perspective in what your idea is?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to get rid of Tom Thibodeau. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of Tom Thibodeau, because that's another reason why they probably didn't really want to draft like that. because he doesn't play the rookies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as a coach, like, I can understand you want to play these guys, but there's no reason why Alex Burks and all these younger guys should be getting 40 minutes a game. Like, these guys are like 30, like, you know what I'm saying? They're past their prime now. So you shouldn't really want to put all this on them. I understand they're veterans and all, but the veterans need some time too. You know, as we saw when they were resting the veterans towards the end of the season, we saw Obi Toppin and quickly was going off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not bad to play the rookies. That's the whole point. If you don't play them, then they're never going to develop and get better. You know? So, yeah. But besides that, I mean, off the bat, you got to get rid of these guys too. Like, you know, Evan Fournier is good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate him at all, but he doesn't look like the right fit for us. So, I mean, you got to get rid of all these guys that have all this money that's getting us in the way of signing these other guys. Like, I really think we can get somebody better than Jalen Brunson. Like, you know, that was the plan for a while. I don't hate on Jalen Brunson, but I just feel like Jalen Brunson and then what's after that? You know what I mean? We ain't really improved. And we got to try and improve if we're going to try and get somewhere. But like I said, if they really think that next year's draft is going to offer a lot more, then, you know, so be it. But that's just what I would do. I would have easily just moved. I would have tried to just piece those contracts together and move them and see what I can get from there in terms of free agency. That's what I would do.
So, going off on that, what grades? So, can you like grade the pick for the Knicks and everything else that came with it?
I probably see. I won't bash on it too much. Because I have been looking at the draft class for next year. It's not bad. So I'll give it a B. I'll probably give it a B. It wasn't horrible.
Okay, that's not bad.
It wasn't a horrible draft, but like I said, you just gotta consider the fact that they obviously didn't see anything that they liked at 11. So they just opted to get the multiple picks. There's nothing wrong with it.
So what do you think the Knicks would do once free agency comes?
Well, they said that they're really going for it. Sounds like it's Brunson or a bust right now. So I don't really think they're looking for more after Brunson. But you know, I've seen that we also got included in the Kyrie sweepstake. But I wouldn't go for Kyrie if I was them. There's no way. We just saw what he went through with the Nets. So why would you want to go through that too? You know what I mean?
Could it be like I was thinking about it, and could it be like a 3 or 4 team trade or anything like that, or would it just stay put with 2?
It sounds like it's just 2, but either way, like all these teams that he's listing, they don't even have cap space for him.
Yeah.
So it's another thing you got to worry about too. But like I said, man, if I'm just going for Kyrie, nah, man, like, it's not worth it. He's just a diva. He's about to break. He's the reason why Harden left. He's about to be the reason why KD left. The only reason why KD came there was because Kyrie was there. And now if Kyrie's leaving, now KD's not going to want to be there, you know? So, and this isn't the first time he's broken up a team and been cancerous. He's been cancerous with every team, pretty much. He forced his way out of Cleveland, forced his way out of the Nets. He's doing that now. Forced his way out of the Celtics. Like every team he's been with, he's trying to force his way out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, and that's kind of why he doesn't have any more chips. You know, he got the chip that he got with LeBron, but he could have had way more chips. Dude's talented. We know what Kyrie does on the floor. He's not ass or anything, but he just lets his ego get to him the best. And that's the issue right there. You just gotta play ball, man. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't be doing all this stuff. Just play ball. That's what you're getting paid to do. So that's simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I
Uh,
think.
so my next question is, what NBA team overall did the best in your opinion?
There was a lot of teams that I think improved. I mean, right off the bat, you see the Hornets got the center that they needed. Mark Williams is going to be a beast. But I really think the Pistons stepped up a lot. They got Jalen Durant, who you said is from Philly, so you know all about him. I've been watching his highlights, man. Yeah, he's like you told me, he's great playmaker, smart player, and I mean they also got Ivy, and they still got $47 million left, I believe, to use in free agency, so they can go for Ayton. So I don't think they're done yet. I really like what the Grizzlies did. A lot of people aren't talking about what the Grizzlies did. I mean, they gave you guys Melton. I seen that. They traded Melton to you guys. I mean, they got Kenneth Lofton Jr. I'm really surprised he didn't get drafted, bro. Kenny Lofton he's gonna be good. He has that body and size on him. I mean, he can space the floor out. He can post you. He can set you up. I mean, he can do a lot. They also got Kenny Chandler. So I mean, like that's another good piece there too. I really like what the Kings did. The Kings got Jalen Hardy, and who else? They got Jalen Hardy, and they got somebody else, but I can't remember right now. They got Jalen Hardy, and they got Keegan Murray. I like that. I really like that a lot. Obviously, the Thunder improved a lot too. With the moves that they made. I mean, everybody's trying to bash on Chet, but Chet he's gonna be real, I think. I was a little surprised to see Paolo go number one because we all know that the whole week going on, there was a debate about whether it should be Paolo or Jabari. I really thought they were gonna opt on Jabari because they already got Bamba. I mean, they got all these people already, all these big men already, but they seem to think Paolo is going to be better for the younger core, and I really think that core is going to be nasty because you got Suggs, you got Paolo, you got Fultz, you got Wagner, you got Isaac still. Like, the Magic they're really like a couple of years away, I think. A lot of these teams are. I say the same with the Pistons too. I say the Pistons are at least like two years away as well. So I mean, a lot of these teams, I don't know if people are really talking about this, but it's just crazy how Bob Myers does it every year. I mean, to get Patrick Baldwin that late, I think they got him like the 28th pick to get him that late. Slept on, and I also like what the Heat did too. The Heat got Jokic. I like that. He's really like a 6'10" to Serbian KD. I'd say.
Yeah.
Serbian KD.
I think he also got to play with Jokic.
He did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I was
what do you
watching
think about
guys.
Sorry to interrupt.
There you go.
What do you think? What do you think
No,
about Benedict Mathurin going to Indiana?
That's tough. They definitely need a playmaker, a scorer. He can shoot the ball, man. He can shoot your eyes out. He can also defend as well. I mean, he got his hops. And I think what Indiana's doing over there, having Tyrese, they got Buggy already, and they're having on pieces that are solid. I think Benedict is going to be a really good piece over there. I didn't even know they were really looking at him, but I really think that's a good piece. And I also like what this isn't talking about the Pacers right now, but I also like what the Blazers did as well by getting Sharp. That dude Sharp could ball, man. But honestly, that's another thing. The Blazers are making good moves too. You see, they just got Grant out of nowhere. I had seen that they're trying to get Thibault from you guys apparently, which is kind of a head scratcher. But Thibault, obviously, he has no offense, but he brings a defensive presence. That would be great. He's still young, so that would be a great addition, I think, for them as well. But I honestly think if that's the case, you drafted these two guards. If I'm the Blazers, man, I would get rid of Dame, honestly. But I know Dame doesn't want to leave, but I would just get rid of Dame and I would let Sharp and Simon, I would give them the keys, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
That was me. That's what I would do. So.
What are your thoughts on Jaden Ivey and his potential in this league?
Sleeper of the draft, man. I really think he's one of the best players that we've seen in a while. I mean, we saw what he did in the tournament. We saw what he did all year. I mean, this guy, he's kind of like he reminds me of a prime Westbrook. He's just explosive to the basket. He can shoot. He can really space the floor out. He can take you to the basket and one. He can play defense. He can really do it all. He's going to be really, really good, I think.
I think he's definitely got that Tyrese Maxey speed.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's going to be really good, man.
Yeah. Also, my guy, Colin Gillespie, signed an undrafted free agent to Denver. What do you think about him? And do you think that he will have a great chance to making the team?
Who's the guy that they signed?
Colin Gillespie.
I think that's another sleeper there too. I mean, the Nuggets, obviously, they're not that far away. They've been in the playoffs for how long? What, they made it last season too, right? Or did they not make it? They didn't make it, right?
I don't think so. No.
But the only problem about it was that they didn't have Jamal Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that's their guy. So they really just had Jokic running the floor. And, they're really relying on Jokic a lot. You said the guy from Villanova, that's who they signed?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you would know better than me, but I think he's strapped. Dude can shoot the ball. He can play defense too, right?
Yeah, he's explosive.
Yeah, he can play.
Yeah, like no matter where he is on the court, he can do everything. And he kind of reminds me of kind of Jason Tatum type shooter.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say for the Nuggets, I feel like he's gonna be maybe like a Dante DiVincenzo, or I can see him being like a hero for them, where he's gonna be like a spark off the bench. He can shoot, play like you said, set up his guys, and I mean they got Christian Braun too. So these guys, the Nuggets really didn't have a bad draft either. I think Christian Braun is gonna be good, man. He's a heck of a talent too. I also saw that they got Peyton Watson too. And I don't know if you know too much about him, but he really has all NBA defense potential, I think. So, I mean, the Nuggets are definitely making some noise over there. But like I said, once they get Jamal back, they'll be good. That's the only reason why they didn't get that far. They were missing Jamal, so you can't really do much about that. But yeah, that's a team to sleep on too. The West is going to be tough this year. It's going to really be a dog fest, I think.
What team on the West do you think is going to make the biggest impact next season?
Biggest impact in the West, I say don't sleep on the Thunder. I say don't sleep on the Thunder, man. Honestly, I really think the Thunder can make the play-in. The only issue with that team was they weren't bad, but they just didn't have nobody else besides Shy and Giddey. And Shy and Giddey were always getting hurt. And you can't really do much about injuries. You know what I mean? So, you can't do much about that. But I really say the Thunder, man. People are really sleeping on the Thunder. The Thunder could really be good. And don't sleep on the Spurs either. Spurs could really make a bigger leap too than what they did last season. Because they got Malachi over there. They got who else? They got Blake. They got Blake Wesley, another good pick. I mean, they got Jeremy Shokin. from Baylor. So, they got some pieces over there too. I really hope for their sake they don't trade DeJounte, but they really sounds like they're fielding offers for him, but I really don't think they should because they're not a bad team. They just need more pieces around them. You said that about a lot of teams, but a lot of teams seem to like we see with the Warriors, they draft and somehow they get relevant again. So I feel like you can do the same thing. You know what I mean?
I'm just looking at the draft results, and another player that we didn't get to talk about was EJ Liddell going to.
Yeah, I seen the Pelicans talking.
Yeah, the Pelicans. He's going to be a big impact for them, definitely.
Definitely, yeah, man. EJ Liddell he's tough, bro. I mean, I remember I was watching him ball out. Who would you compare him to? You think a player right now in the league?
I would say maybe Tyler Hero.
Yeah, because he can really shoot. He can shoot the ball. He can, he can set up his players. He can play some defense too. I mean, he could really, but really his strength. I feel like his strength is more inside because he knows how to use his body. But he's starting to develop a little shot. I mean, I remember he couldn't really shoot. He couldn't really shoot like that 2 years ago. I remember that. He wasn't really shooting the three like that. And then he really, really took a leap, this past season. And he's really good at protecting the rim. He can use his size to contest shots. Like, he's a real playmaker as well. And I think that's going to be tough. He's a good defender. And I think that's going to work well with, CJ. They got Zion coming back, so they got Brandon still. So I mean, like that could be a good team too, sleeper team too. They just got Dyson Daniels too. And Dyson Daniels is tough. That dude's tough, bro. He can ball. So the Pelicans gonna be a sleeper team too. Don't be surprised if they're higher than the seed they were last year.
Yeah, and also I think Utah definitely got better with signing Johnny Juzang from UCLA.
Yeah, I think so too.
Would you put them in the mix with one of the best teams in the East this upcoming season?
I definitely would. Like I said, I think a lot of teams improve definitely from this draft. That's always the good part about having a draft like this. But to be honest, I don't blame the Knicks for not really doing too much because once you really got out the lottery pick, there wasn't really that much left. I mean, they could have got AJ Griffin or somebody like that, but I guess that's not really what they were looking to do. I mean, they want a point guard. They want a guard that they feel like can orchestrate, and they felt like Ivy was the best. And really, after that, all the top guards were getting taken. I mean, even before them, Johnny Davis got took, and that's somebody I would have took if I was them too. I mean, Dalen Terry is, he's good too, but I just felt like it wasn't really that much value there. That what the Knicks felt like they really needed. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not the GM or anything, so I can't make that up. But all I can do as a fan is just hope. That's it. All we can do is just hope. So I don't know. All I know is if we don't get Brunson, then that just looks bad. Horrible.
So let's say the Knicks don't get what they want, which is Brunson. What would you do if you're the Knicks front office with the 2023 draft? Would you draft a player that is on the board, or would you make a trade with the team?
Well, I think right now, we're supposed to have like the 14th pick. I seen. I'm just gonna see what the value's looking like there real quick. See if there's anybody really good because I know outside of Victor and Scoop, I mean, Nick. I mean, you got guys like this that are gonna obviously make an impact right away. I mean, it looks like right now they got the Knicks projected to take Dylan Mitchell, who's
Hmm.
getting compared to Kevin Knox. I don't know how I feel about that, but we already had Kevin Knox, and you see that work out. But I mean, honestly, if I was them, I could see another trade coming. It just seems like they don't want to, under Thibodeau, they don't want to play these guys. So that's another reason why they just trade these picks.
Hmm.
Thibodeau's not going to play them. So if he's not
Maybe.
going to play them, there's no point. You're wasting their time. But I think he'll be tough though. If we can get him, but if they just opt in and decide to get him, I definitely
Yeah.
think that would be the move. Or maybe like Amari Bailey would be good too.
How about
Even Caleb Love.
how
I would
about
love Caleb Love.
how about Dylan Mitchell from Texas?
Yeah, he's a remarkable talent too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's who I was talking about, Dylan Mitchell. That whole time,
And
that whole
also
time, I was talking about him.
so that 7-2 guy from France is a one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, Victor. They call
Yeah.
him the next Porzingis.
Are the Knicks in need of a center or no?
I pretty much heard that they're gonna look to lock up. They're gonna look to lock up Mitch Robinson. I'm seeing. So
I
I mean,
guess I guess
obviously,
I guess sticking to shooting a player that can shoot better would be good for them next year.
yeah, definitely. That's really all we need, man. We just need shooters. We need scoring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I really wish we can get like a Dariq Whitehead or Scoot Henderson, Anthony Black,
Hmm.
even maybe Keontae George. But I mean, like, I just feel like with this draft class, it's probably gonna be the same thing for the Knicks. They're just gonna want to trade down again. That's all I can
Hmm.
say. So, I don't know.
A lot is on the table, and uh, I cannot wait to see what happens when the free agency gets underway. And uh, thank you so much for taking the time to come on, and hope to have you back on to recap free agency and much more.
Yeah, just let me know, bro. I'll hop in whenever you need me.
Okay. Thank
All right,
you.
bro. Yeah, no
Okay. See
problem,
ya.
bro. I'll see you.